Welcome back to another rebuild I have for you guys here today on Madden 20. Today it's going to be another realistic rebuild, this time though of the Rams. If you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel and end up enjoying this video, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys back for my next upload. We are also getting really close to 10,000 subscribers, which is massive. Also, if you just end up enjoying the video, I would greatly appreciate it as well if you could hit that like button down below. A few more final plugs though before I really begin the video. If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, or check out my second channel, links to those are down below. Alright, so now we can talk about this team, and you're gonna see something pretty interesting, that Cooper Kupp has X Factor, and the reasoning for that is because it's the end of the season. He had a good year in Madden terms, right? So they just increased his development for me. Like, I didn't do this, of course. I don't think he normally has X Factor. I guess it's Superstar then, since he went up to X Factor here. But Cooper Kupp is a great receiver. Brandin Cooks, Robert Woods, a really solid wide receiver core. Jared Goff is the quarterback of this team. He's a 76 overall now. Didn't really have the greatest year in real life, and this is going to be interesting what we do with him, right? Because his contract is huge. He has 5 more years left on his contract, and he's getting paid like 30 mil each year. So we're kind of forced into keeping him, even if I don't really want him. But I'm pretty sure Jared Goff does play well in Madden, so I think we can get away with this. But if he doesn't have the best next few years, we may have to look to get rid of him in some way. Maybe we cut him, maybe we trade him. I don't exactly know just yet. I mean, we do have Blake Bortles to back him up. I mean, come on, it's Blake Bortles. No, but Jared Goff, I think I'm going to try to keep as the long-term option here. But we'll have to see what happens, of course, depending on how he plays in the game. Todd Gurley is a great running back, but his injuries kind of held him back this last year. Like, they kind of limited his workload a little bit in, fear of him getting hurt again. But Todd Gurley is a beast. He's a very good running back when he is healthy. We have Malcolm Brown. We have Darrell Henderson right behind him. The offensive line of this team really isn't too strong. We have Austin Blythe at center, who's good. We have Rob Havenstein at right tackle, who is also pretty good. Andrew Whitworth was on this team, but I think he retired. He's normally a free agent at this point, but since he's not here on the team, I'm pretty certain he retired. Unless they changed it where, like, if an upcoming free agent is about to go into free agency, he doesn't show on your team anymore. I don't know. But at tight end, we have Tyler Higbee and Gerald Everett, both very good tight ends. I think I'd rather have Gerald Everett starting just because he has star development and he's a little bit younger. So I'm going to have to do that for this next year. And then defensively, we have probably the best defensive player in the NFL, Aaron Donald. He didn't win Defensive Player of the Year or anything like that, but he is insanely talented. 99 overall. He's getting double teamed like every single time, and he still produces like crazy. I mean, if you just take a look at his stats here, he has a few stats in the 99s. 83 speed as well is also pretty good for how big he is. But if you just take a look at his stats, right? Like I said, he gets double teamed all the time. And he put up 20 sacks 2 years ago and 14.5 this most recent year. He is insanely good. Aaron Donald, probably the best defensive player in football. Probably the all-around best player in football. I don't know. It's kind of tough to gauge. I think he was the best player according to the other NFL players and whatnot. But I don't know. I love Aaron Donald. He's such a freak. He definitely deserves to be at 99 overall. Michael Brockers isn't too bad at left end. And honestly, I don't even know who this is. Sebastian Joseph Day at defensive tackle. We definitely have to look to get a new defensive tackle. Moving on to the cornerbacks, though, we have Jalen Ramsey, who just recently came over from the Jaguars. We have Troy Hill here at the number 2 corner and Nikel Roby-Coleman at the 3. I'm going to move him up, though, to the 2. He'll probably be the 2 in the slot for us. I think that can be fine. We have Eric Weddle here at starting free safety. He's good, but he's old. He's 35 years old. We definitely have to look to replace him at some point soon. Actually, where's John Johnson? Is he injured or something? So maybe that's why he's not in. Okay, there's John Johnson starting at strong safety, but we still have Taylor Rapp on the team as well, who I want to get more playing time. He's a 74 overall star development. He's still very young, honestly, so he can develop really well for us. He can probably stay at strong safety, and maybe then we move John Johnson to free because Johnson has really good zone coverage. 86 zone coverage, 85 hit power. I don't know where I want to move him just yet, but we probably can get away with that. Dante Fowler Jr. is a pretty good edge rusher. Ebukam also a good edge rusher. And then we have Micah Kaiser and Corey Littleton at middle linebacker. Corey Littleton is not bad, but I don't really want Kaiser starting all that much. I'm going to see if I can draft another linebacker. This team is definitely still good. I think this rebuild can go pretty smoothly, but the cap situation is going to be pretty bad for us in the near future. We also don't have all that many draft picks. I know we don't have a first-round draft pick this year. I'm not sure about the future years because of all the different trades they made and whatnot. But who has to come back to the team here? Michael Brockers is the top guy. How much money do we have? Can we bring back anyone? We can definitely bring back at least one of these guys. Michael Brockers, I don't think will be it. Dante Fowler is a really good player. Corey Littleton's a guy I also want back. Austin Blythe is very useful. Okay, so it makes sense why these guys always go to free agency. Also, Greg Zuerlein's a great kicker. But can we bring back Dante Fowler? We can probably at least do this. He's going to test out free agency. Oh, no. I want Dante Fowler back on the team. I will franchise tag him. 12.7 million isn't all that bad. Corey Littleton is a linebacker I definitely want back on the team. He's going to test out free agency too. Okay, I can't bring back Corey Littleton. I'm even increasing these contracts and they still are declining. Austin Blythe, can I at least get you back on the team, man? Can I have somebody here? Okay, Austin Blythe is coming back to the team. Probably the player I wanted the least. Nothing against him, but Corey Littleton usually plays super well in Madden. Dante Fowler, I've seen go off in Madden too. Greg the Leg. Do we bring back Greg Zuerlein? Honestly, I don't think we do. I can bring him back in free agency if I really want him, but let's just hop into free agency here and see who we can bring in. We don't have much money, though. Maybe I can go through and cut some players because that does free up some cap space here. But we have $3.62 million. Okay, let's see who's available before I go ahead and cut some guys. Chris Jones, of course, is here. Amari Cooper, Austin Hooper, Devin McCourty, a lot of the usual guys. We could bring Marcus Peters back to the team. Actually, I wouldn't be all opposed to that, but that doesn't make too much sense, so I'm not going to do it. Corey Littleton is getting some contracts, but I really do want him back. Let's see if we can cut some players and free up some cap for him. The more I look at this contract, the more I just think about how insane this is. What is the penalty for cutting Jared Goff? It'll free up negative $14.5 million and incur a penalty of 50.5. Yeah, okay. I was never going to do that because I knew it would definitely not be worth it, but that's crazy. Who do we not want on the team anymore, though? This is actually kind of hard. Eric Weddle can get cut, I think. It's definitely worth it to cut Weddle because we do have a player who can move over to free safety. That's fine. That'll free up a little bit more money for us. Clay Matthews is probably another guy we can cut. It won't free up much, but it's something, okay? So we're just trying to accrue as much possible money here so we can go after a few of these guys in free agency. We are also going to release Troy Hill because it frees up a little bit more. Now, let's see how much money we have. 3.62 still. I think that didn't change. I thought that's supposed to change. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I would probably cut those guys anyway because we definitely have to start managing our money a little bit better. Can I even go after Corey Littleton? Actually, yeah, we have a little bit more money now. As you can see, the cap room is more on the side. Okay, so we can definitely give him a contract. I'm good with that. Hopefully that's enough. We got Mackenzie Alexander and we got Corey Littleton. Okay, so Mackenzie Alexander, I gave like no money to. I am very okay with that contract. But who else did we go after here who didn't accept? Javon Hargrave is the only other player, and we're probably not going to be able to get him. I just gave him a really small deal because no one else was at the first time. So let's see if we want to go after anybody else here. I could go after another defensive end or defensive tackle. I still need someone here. I just got a message in my Discord. I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently Eric Weddle retired. So it's fine that we cut him because he's not going to be on this team this next season anyway, if that's true. But let's advance now, see if we got anybody else, and we still did not. Okay, I went after 2 more players. I actually really want both of them. We're not going to get Malik Collins, but we might get Greg Zuerlein. We're still the top team on him. I hope we can. I need another defensive tackle. I keep trying to lowball these guys, but I don't have much money to spend. We got Greg Zuerlein. Okay, so at least we have our kicker back on the team. Let's go into the NFL draft. I also went after DeMar Dotson there, but I guess he didn't accept, which is kind of annoying. But here we go. We're going to start drafting here. I actually am using a different draft class. I took a lot of your suggestions on my last video on my Dolphins rebuild because a lot of you guys suggested a lot of stuff, and I really do appreciate that. I changed this new draft class a lot based on those, but if you want to download the base draft class, go into the community files and search by gamertag and search up Nathan P2433. That is the base draft class I am using. I made some changes to it though, as you guys will see when we start drafting. I've said this in my recent videos as well, but when you start at the current week, at least recently, when you start at the current week, the draft class order is awful. So instead, I start in the wildcard week, I force all the simulations that are necessary, and it gets a much better draft order, but it is still a little messed up. As you can see, the Dolphins should be picking after the Giants, but it's nothing too crazy. So I'm just going to start simulating here. I'm not going to bother changing any of those because it will take a lot of time for me to go through and change the draft class every single rebuild I do. But the Bengals are going to take Joe Burrow, of course. The Redskins are going to go with Jeffrey Okudah. They've been changing their mind a lot. I used to see them take Chase Young all the time, but now they're going corner instead. The Lions are going to take Andrew Thomas. The Giants are going to go with Jedrick Wills. That's actually a really good draft pick for them. And then the Panthers are going to take Chase Young. He falls to number 5. I don't know how this keeps happening, but I'm going to sim to my pick now. It's very sad that we don't have a first-round draft pick here, but it's okay. We can make it work. Let's see who we can take here at the end of the 2nd round. Xavier McKinney just went. He's a very good player, too. Is anybody still available who I even want? I mean, we could go Nick Coe, who's definitely not bad, and you can probably play on the defensive line for us. There's some wide receivers here who I really don't need. Jonathan Taylor, if I want to take him. Oh, man, I don't really know who to go with this pick. I should probably just go with Nick Coe, honestly. I don't need receiver at all. This team has very, very good receivers on it. What does this team need? I can use some offensive lineman help, I guess. Also, Walker Little is here, but he's a 12 overall. He actually isn't going into the NFL draft. He was in my last draft class, but I changed it. That's why he's so poor looking. That's the best I can do. I could probably try to, you know, change his name a little bit, but I can't move him down further than this for some reason, so hopefully no one takes him, but he is a 12 overall. That's what I've done with the players who didn't declare for, you know, this upcoming draft. But who would we go with here? I could use an offensive lineman for sure. Ben Bredesen would actually be a pretty decent pick, I think, right now. Maybe we do that because we really need offensive lineman help on this team. I'm going to do that. Ben Bredesen is on the team. He's a 71 overall and has hidden development trait. His college is NA. I can fix that at some point. It's annoying when this always happens, but it does. Every time you edit the draft, I didn't even edit this player, but every time you edit the draft, like, it just messes up some colleges for some reason. I don't know why it does it. But anyway, he's going to be an excellent player for us, hopefully. He's a 71 overall hidden development trait. I think he can develop really well here. Our next pick is here in the 3rd round. Again, I don't even really know who I want. There's not really all that much I do want. I mean, I could go corner. Damon Arnett is really good because he's ridiculously fast. This team doesn't, like, desperately need corner right now because we did sign Mackenzie Alexander, who's pretty good, but I will be taking Damon Arnett here. Why not? He's a 68 overall normal development trait. We didn't really reach by all that much, but he is super fast. 94 speed, 92 acceleration, 91 agility. He should be a fun player to have. He's just going to be probably the 4th corner, but I still think it was a good draft pick. I'm just going to go with another offensive lineman just to try to bolster up, you know, that side as much as possible here. Let's go with Trey Adams. Why not? 67 overall normal development trait. Now, this player used to be like one of the best tackles in the class, but I have not heard much of him going in the 1st round lately. I haven't done all that much research either, but like a lot of people I follow on Twitter post their mock drafts and stuff on that one website, and most of them have him going in like the 4th to like the 6th round. So I think this is fine for him right here. 67 overall, maybe a little bit too high of an overall. I'm not sure how much he'll play, but I think it's still a pretty good draft pick for us. Let's see if we can trade this pick away to get a 4th round draft pick for next year. We probably can, and we can. Okay, cool. Let's go with the Falcons. I feel like I never trade with them. They're also randomly really good sometimes, but they're kind of like the Vikings. The Vikings are either really good or really bad, and the Falcons are just like the same way there. In the 6th round here, who should I even take? I don't really know anything about the rest of these players. I saw a guy down there with a 7.2 combine grade, so why not take him? It's going to be Antonio Grandy Golden. Okay, cool. He's on the team. He's a 62 overall normal development trait. He's very fast, though, for his size. He's 6'4", 90 speed. That's definitely not bad. Okay, I just simulated here to the end of that draft. Of course, we didn't have a 1st round draft pick, so we couldn't make that big of an impact, but I still think I did pretty well. We addressed the offensive line pretty heavily, which was what I needed to do with, you know, Ben Bredesen and Trey Adams. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's Bredesen. Pretty sure I've heard a few other people say it that way. We also got a potential starting cornerback one day. We have a depth wide receiver down there, and we also, I guess, drafted a 55 overall left end. Does not look too good down there, but it's fine. It's a 7th round draft pick. What can you really expect? But Joe Burrow, number 1, of course. We saw the top 5. Tua went to the Dolphins, though, at number 6. Jerry Jeudy going to the Chargers. That would be awesome if that actually happened. I don't think they go this route in real life because their wide receiver core is already pretty solid. I don't really think they need Jerry Jeudy, but the thing is, like, he would still make that wide receiver core so much better. But Keenan Allen, Jerry Jeudy, and Mike Williams just sounds nuts. Derek Brown, Josh Jones, Mekhi Becton, Isaiah Simmons. Almost ran out the top 10. I kind of went one over by saying Simmons. He's, you know, the 11th pick. But that's a pretty nice looking draft to me. Hopefully you guys like the draft class a little bit more now. Definitely let me know if you want me to change anything else, though. I'm all ears for criticism with the draft class because I don't really know all that much about this upcoming class. I don't really claim to. I normally don't know much about college football. I know a decent bit, but not like some of these other guys. But let me know if I should change anybody else. Okay, this is going to be the team for this first full season here. The offense looks a little bit different, right? The offensive line specifically. Ben Bredesen, Trey Adams are now starting on this team. Rob Havenstein moved to left tackle. He's our best offensive lineman, so I figured I'd have him play left tackle, so Trey Adams can stay at right tackle. I didn't really want a 67 overall rookie playing left tackle for us, so I think this is fine. Nothing else changed really besides that. I mean, we lost a couple backups and whatnot. We also need a backup quarterback because it's currently Johnny Hecker, but the computer will definitely sign one for me when I start simulating. And then defensively, we added Mackenzie Alexander to the team. He's going to be the number 3 corner. John Johnson also moved to free safety. We were able to retain Corey Littleton and Dante Fowler Jr., which is nice, but we did not address the defensive line. I tried to. I went after a couple defensive tackles, but I didn't really give all that much money to them, so they didn't accept. I think Aaron Donald can still carry the load down there, so hopefully that's what happens. And I hope we can just kind of sneak into the playoffs here or something if we can have a good enough record. So I started simulating, and the team did sign me a backup quarterback. It's Taysom Hill. Okay, that's fine by me. That's a really strange looking score. 16 to 12. Okay, well, we have a bye week here at week 9, so let's see what the record is all about. And we are 6-1-1. All right, that's awesome. That's just because the Rams have a really good team here in Madden. They played typically really well in simulation, so that's nice. 4-3 for the Seahawks, 4-4 for the Cardinals, 1-6 for the 49ers. The offense is up to an 83. I feel like that's different. What happened? I realized what happened. I forgot that I turned on auto progression, so the team has been progressing throughout the entire season so far, so if it looks any different, that is why. But Ben Bredesen has star development. He's a 74 overall now for us. That was actually a really good draft pick. I'm happy we were able to land him. And then defensively, I don't think there's really much to reveal here, but here's a look at the team. Seems to be playing really well. Hopefully we can continue this success, though. Jalen Ramsey needs to come back to the team. That is going to be a big contract. Cooper Kupp, I want back on the team. John Johnson, okay, hang on a second. We have a lot of players to bring back. It makes a lot of sense why these guys like always hit free agency then. All right, so Jalen Ramsey I'm going to prioritize because he's a 95 overall cornerback. He's coming back to the team. I'm glad to hear that. Cooper Kupp is also super, super good. So I want him back on the team too. Another X factor. I don't think I can really afford to let him go. John Johnson's a guy I want. Oh, this is going to come down to the wire with who we can bring back. Oh, no. So John Johnson is not coming back right now. Nickel Roby-Coleman, I'm not going to bring back, I don't think. Gerald Everett, I don't know if I should bring him back because we do have Tyler Higbee still. Unless he's a free agent. I don't think he is. Ebukam, I want back on the team, though, because he's a good pass rusher for us. He's pretty valuable. He's coming back to the team. So now we have to decide between Dante Fowler Jr., Gerald Everett, and John Johnson. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to bring back John Johnson next week. Let's see where we are after that. Yeah, so we don't have another first-round draft pick this year, so this draft is going to be very interesting as well. But let's see if we can bring back John Johnson. I think he just wants a different bonus. We should have enough money for this, and we do. Okay, let's bring this up to 3. Okay, he's coming back to the team now after that. That's nice to see. So I think I want Dante Fowler back. Edge is really important, and we have enough money for this. And he's a good player, so why not, right? Just need to improve the bonus. Okay, he doesn't want to come back just yet. All right, here we go. Let's try to bring up the bonus a little bit more on him. Also, this is a 5-year contract. That's probably not worth it, but I don't care. I'm giving it to him. He wants the bonus improved even more. Are you kidding me? So I actually just started scouting defensive ends, and there's some pretty good looking defensive ends a little bit later in the class, and they're speed rushers. So I think I can actually replace Dante Fowler pretty easily, so I don't know if I'm going to bring him back. It depends on what kind of year he's having. We ended up making the playoffs this year, which is awesome to see. We also got a first-round bye. We finished 10-5-1, and apparently that's enough for a first-round bye. 10-6 for the Seahawks, 7-9 for the Cardinals, 4-12 for the 49ers. All right, awesome. How did Jared Goff do? 3,782 yards, 26 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Not a bad season at all, but I still think he's being really overpaid. Todd Gurley, 1,237 yards, 9 touchdowns, 5.2 yards per carry. He had a great season for us. Cooper Kupp had a really good year too, 73 catches, over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Gerald Everett had 7 receiving touchdowns. Robert Woods, 854 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. The offensive line actually held their own pretty well. Trey Adams, not a bad rookie season. I can take that. 119 tackles for Corey Littleton leads the team. We have 22 tackles for loss for Aaron Donald, who had 13.5 sacks, leading the team in that department too. 8 sacks for Samson Ebukam. Only 4.5 for Dante Fowler Jr. Honestly, I don't think I bring him back to the team then. Corey Littleton had 6 interceptions. He's going to go up to superstar development. I feel like he has to. 4 for Jalen Ramsey, 2 for John Johnson, 1 for Taylor Rapp, Nickel Roby-Coleman, and Mackenzie Alexander. We didn't get any touchdowns or blocked kicks, but we do have a safety from Aaron Donald. 3 forced fumbles, and 1 of those was recovered. We were 19th in the NFL on offense this year, so a little bit worse than half. And then we were 23rd on defense, so around the same area as well. The MVP this year was Jacoby Brissett in classic Madden fashion. Nobody from the Rams here on this list. Actually kind of surprised that Jared Goff isn't up there. He actually had a really solid year. Offensive Player of the Year is Russell Wilson. Jared Goff, number 9 for this list, though. Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. Corey Littleton at number 2. He didn't win it. I guess Khalil Mack probably had like 30 sacks or something stupid. Aaron Donald at number 5, though. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Jake Fromm. Nobody from the Rams, though. Didn't really expect to see anyone. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we probably don't have anybody in this list either. And we do not. Okay, that's fine. We're in the divisional round of the playoffs, and we have to take on the 9-7 Philadelphia Eagles. The team's an 81. Doesn't look all that much different from when I last simulated, but let's just go through the team a little bit, see if anybody changed massively. I don't really see all that much on the offense that looks different. Defensively, though, Corey Littleton's up to an 82. He had a really, really solid year. I hope that's enough for him to go up to superstar development, though. But let's see if we can take down the Philadelphia Eagles. They are an 82 overall. We're an 81 overall, but we have more X factors. So you know what that means. We are definitely going to win this game. Let's advance by, see if we can get the Madden cheese on our team. Because like I said, the Rams are usually really good in simulation, but they are not going to be good for us here. The Eagles made it all the way to the Super Bowl there after going 9-7. That's pretty cool. Do they end up winning the Super Bowl, though? They do not. They lose to the Texans 28-21. Okay, now, let's see these development trade upgrades, though. Todd Gurley could be up to superstar. And he is not, pretty sadly. I thought he'd actually make it up there. I don't think anyone on the offense went up in development, but defensively, Corey Littleton did not go up to superstar, but Taylor Rapp did? What? Corey Littleton had 6 interceptions. How is that not enough? He made another Pro Bowl, but that wasn't enough, I guess. Okay, whatever. He's still an 82 overall, and he plays really well in the game, so I'm good with it. Now, who do we want to bring back to the team here, if we even can bring back anybody? We have $30,000. If we want to try to bring back Nickel Roby-Coleman. Okay, so we really can't bring back many of these guys. I really don't know who to go with, honestly. I think I'm just going to wait into free agency and see if we can bring anybody else in. I'd honestly wait to see who's available. Like, Nickel Roby-Coleman's pretty good. He's getting up there in age, and we only have $3.89 million. Oh, no. Okay. I don't really think we can bring in anyone here. Maybe we can bring in Richard Sherman if I give him a small enough contract. That's actually a pretty good idea to me. I'm good with that. Let's try to bring in Richard Sherman for like one more season. He didn't accept the contract yet, but we are the only team offering him a contract. So maybe he can come over to the team this next time. We still did not get Richard Sherman. Okay, we don't have like any money. Please, just accept the contract. No, the Bengals are giving him a contract now. Oh, that's frustrating. Can we go after any other cornerback then? Because we can't get Richard Sherman anymore now. So it's between Akella Witherspoon or Eli Apple. I'm going to go Eli Apple just because he fits the scheme. We are now in the 2021 NFL draft, and like I said, we don't have a first-round draft pick. So let's just simulate straight to the second round. Actually, I didn't want to do that. That's really annoying because I wanted to trade up. Okay, this is really going to suck now because I wanted to trade up into the earlier part of the second round so I can land a defensive end since we no longer have Dante Fowler Jr. Oh, that's really annoying. I did not want to do that. Okay, well, I guess now we're just going to take the best player on our draft board. And we still do have this guy who could play defensive end. No, he can play defensive end for us, but he's not going to be the rush end or anything like that. All of those speed rushers got selected, which is really frustrating. I did not want to do this. Oh, crap. Okay, well, I don't really want to just take a shot in the dark either. Like, I could go with this guy, Ralph Randolph, who's probably not very good. I think here we're going to go John Rutland. So it's between him or Tony Moody, and Tony Moody is projected to go early 5th, whereas Rutland is projected to go mid-3rd, but they both are first-round talents. Moody actually looks a lot better. He is a mid-first-round talent, as Rutland is a late first-round talent. This Newkirk guy is also probably pretty decent. He's a late first-round talent as well. But John Rutland, welcome to the team. Finally addressing the defensive line. He's ranked number 31, took him at number 58. Only normal development, but he still is a really good player. Now, in the late 3rd round here, we should be able to land that Moody guy. I think he's actually going to be super good. He's going to be like a 74 or a 75, I think. And he is still available, so welcome to the team, Tony Moody. He's a 72 overall, but he does have hidden development trait. I will definitely take that. He has really good strength, good power moves, good acceleration. Okay, so now our defensive line is at least set for a good bit. We still need another edge rusher. Maybe I can try to sign someone in free agency. We just didn't really have the money to go after Dante Fowler, and I really wanted to take one of those guys in the draft, but I messed up a little bit. That is definitely on me. That's my fault. I'm definitely in a pretty weird spot right now because I kind of want this rookie linebacker just to start, but he's not going to be that good. So honestly, I'm going to take Andrew Phillips instead. He's going to be close to the 70s. He's a 69 overall. He could potentially start somewhere on the offensive line for us if we need another player. Like, our left guard isn't too good, so maybe he can play there. I just traded that 6th round draft pick with the Dolphins in exchange for their 5th next year. I'm good with that. Now we can simulate to the end of the draft. So once again, we really weren't able to do anything with that draft because we don't have many draft picks, but we were able to land a 70 and a 72 and a 69. So it's definitely not a bad draft then if you're looking at the circumstances. But who was the best player in this class? It was a 78 overall left guard tied with a 78 overall right tackle. Really nice looking wide receiver as well, a good cornerback. A couple other guys in the 70s, above 75, I mean, there's a few other 76s. Pretty nice looking draft overall, but hopefully now next year we can finally do something. We're going to go ahead and sign Ryan Kerrigan out of free agency. Why not, right? He's a pretty good pass rusher for us. It'd be like a Clay Matthews situation. You know, the Rams signed Clay Matthews, and he's pretty old. So I'm actually okay with that because he now improves the defense a lot. The Rams are a pretty weird team to realistically rebuild this year because they don't have many draft picks and they don't have much money. So I can't really change the team all that much, but I've done what I can so far. I think I've actually actually done a pretty decent job so far, but hopefully after this year, though, we can start adding more players and drafting some more, fun rookies and whatnot. But that was the offense. Here is the defense. It actually changed a decent bit from last year. We added Rutland, we added Moody, and now we have Ryan Kerrigan as well. I think the team's actually looking pretty decent. Hopefully we can make it back to the playoffs, though. Let me actually mention this before I simulate, though. I'm pretty sure I did mention in the video about potentially signing Eli Apple. He did not come over to the team, but I'm actually okay with Arnett starting now. We drafted him the first year. He's very fast. He's going to be the slot corner for us. Hopefully he can go up in overall and in development and whatnot, like if he can have a good year. But let's see what happens, of course. What is the team looking like at week 9 here? We are 1-7? Okay, yeah, sure. The Seahawks are 7-1. The Cardinals 5-3. The 49ers 2-5-1. What happened this year that the team is playing so much worse? We really didn't even change that much. But okay, I guess I'll take that. Maybe we'll have a good draft pick then, so I can actually change a good bit of this team. But okay, sure. This guy is superstar development. Tony Moody, what a beast. That is awesome. I love that. I don't think there's any other developments to reveal here, but okay. I mean, even if we don't do too well this season, at least we have a new superstar on defense. Who do we have to bring back to the team now? So, we have Robert Woods, who needs a contract, but I don't really think I want him anymore. Like, he's a good player, but he's getting old. He's going to regress a lot. Austin Blythe, same thing goes with him. Ryan Kerrigan, I don't really plan on bringing in for more than one season. Ja'Kai Polite, I don't really want. Okay, so yeah, I don't really want any of the players here. We're going to revisit this at the end of the season. All right, guys, I'm actually in a weird position now because look at this dude. Brady Spencer, A+, A+, A-. We're projected to have the 2nd overall pick, too. Like, I could make this move. I could 100% take a new quarterback. I honestly might. Of course we didn't make the playoffs. The team is awful this year for some reason. We finished 6-10. Are you joking? Why? Like, why do you want to win at that point? That's so annoying. I really wish we could have went like 1-15. I would have much preferred that. But okay, how did Jared Goff do? Not like that badly, but definitely not worth the money. Over 4,000 yards is cool, but 22 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Like, I think we can get a better season from that rookie, but I may have to trade up now to take him because the team started to play well near the end of the year. Todd Gurley, 1,100 yards, 9 rushing touchdowns for him. Brandin Cooks had a really solid year, 1,200 yards, essentially 6 touchdowns. Cooper Kupp gets 2, Tyler Higbee 5, Robert Woods gets 6. The offensive line, once again, was actually pretty solid. Trey Adams is doing really well right now, only 7 sacks allowed. 119 tackles here for Corey Littleton. We have 13 tackles for loss for Samson Ebukam, or Ebukam, however it's pronounced. I always fluctuate. 13 for Ryan Kerrigan. We have 14.5 sacks, though, for Aaron Donald. I mean, he's just ridiculous. Jalen Ramsey, 4 more picks. Micah Kaiser, Corey Littleton, Mackenzie Alexander, and Taylor Rapp each got 1. We don't have any defensive touchdowns or safeties, but we do have 1 blocked kick by John Johnson, 1 forced fumble, and it was not recovered. Okay, so on offense, we were 18th. I think that's like the same we were last year. Defensively, though, we were 8th. Okay, so the defense in terms of yards was actually really good, and Jacoby Brissett wins another MVP. Ian Kondo was a rookie quarterback this last year, and he's on the Patriots. He's at number 8. That's actually pretty cool. Jordan Love went to the Cowboys. Oh, man, that looks weird. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is actually Bryce Perkins, who's a 69 overall. Okay, sure. Defensive Player of the Year is Eric Kendricks. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Frederick Dyson. We're probably not going to have any Rams players in this list either. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Steve Burley, but we do have Tony Moody at number 5. And we have John Rutland at number 7. Okay, cool. In the Super Bowl here, the Cowboys and the Bills are facing off. It's cool to see the Bills here. Hopefully they can win, because I hate the Cowboys, being an Eagles fan. The Bills do win 21-14. That's what I like to see, but let's see if anybody went up in development. I kind of doubt it. But of course, you never know what's going to happen sometimes. Brandin Cooks did not. He was the guy I was looking at on the offense. He probably had the best season out of everybody here. And then defensively, did anyone go up? I don't think anybody went up in development. It's okay, though. We still have a couple of really good players on this team. We just need to make a few more moves in order to get this team back into the playoffs. I think we can do that, though. We have a decent bit of money now. And also, if we draft that quarterback, Jared Goff is not going to be on the team. So, we have $28.61 million. We can sign at least a couple players. Devontae Adams is the first player, and I think Devontae Adams should be on this team. Von Miller is also available here, so imagine Von Miller and Aaron Donald on the same team. That is freaky. Devontae Adams accepted our contract. Okay, awesome. I also went after Von Miller, but we're not going to get him now. The Dolphins are giving him 101 total points. Okay, that's fine. It's not like I wanted him or anything. We are now in the 2022 NFL Draft, and I have some really big plans. I hope we can actually make these go through. So, do the Vikings need a quarterback? They do. Okay, do we trade up to number 1 overall? I don't think I can do that. I really want this one quarterback, like, so badly. And I'm trying to package off Jared Goff. The Raiders have the number 2 overall pick. The Jaguars have the number 3. Maybe we can try to trade up with one of those teams. Let's see, the Raiders, they probably need a quarterback. I doubt Derek Carr is that good anymore. He's a 78, but they also have Mitchell Trubisky. If they take another quarterback, that is so stupid. I don't know why they even signed Mitchell Trubisky in the first place. And then the Jaguars probably still have Nick Foles. No, they actually have Gardner Minshew starting. Nick Foles, look at that contract, being a 68 overall. We may actually have to trade up to number 1 overall, which I don't want to do. The Vikings are definitely going to take one of the quarterbacks. And I don't think I could risk this guy going. The issue is, like, there's 2 good quarterbacks, right? So I could advance this pick just to see who they go with. Honestly, I don't think I could go wrong with either of these guys. But this guy looks so much better. Early first round. Late first round. Okay, yeah, I have to trade up for Brady Spencer. I'm doing this right now. We're going to trade up with the Vikings. I could probably even package off someone else. But I don't think they'll be able to take in all these contracts. Because Jared Goff is $30.5 million. I was also thinking about packaging off Rob Havenstein because we don't really need him anymore. Maybe I can use him in another trade. But let's see if we can get this draft pick here from the Vikings. Let's give him Jared Goff. Let's give him probably our first round draft pick. And then I'm going to go ahead and give them a second round draft pick next year. I could have done this without the second round draft pick next year, but I'm trying to make it a bit more realistic since I'm trading up to number 1 overall. I was considering giving them my first rounder next year, but the thing is, like, Jared Goff has been a good quarterback in this franchise so far. He's definitely not a bad player. The thing is, his contract is absolutely massive. I'm also giving them my first round draft pick this year in a second. I think this is fair. Let's trade up to number 1 overall to get this quarterback. I actually can't wait to take this guy. He is going to be so good. I could trade this pick away. Imagine how sleazy that would be. I'm not going to. We are going to be selecting Brady Spencer out of Penn State. Welcome to the team. He's a 77 overall hidden development trait. Ranked number 4, took him at number 1. He has 92 throw power, 90 short accuracy. He's already like just as good as Jared Goff, and he is ridiculously cheaper. And let's see who we can take here now with the 8th pick in the second round. So I have a few other players on my draft board who I really want. This guy's still available. Rocco Aiken. Okay, he's actually okay. I had this middle linebacker on my draft board who I wanted so badly. He was supposed to go like mid to late second round, and he's already gone. That is actually really annoying. Pretty upset that he's gone. I really wanted that guy. That's so frustrating. Okay, so I guess here we're going to go with DeAndre Berry, who is going to be very good, but probably has normal development. Let me actually check out if there are other offensive linemen left. There are a couple other guys left, but DeAndre Berry is clearly the best one. He's a 76 with normal. I was right, but I still think we can probably trade Rob Havenstein now because DeAndre Berry is much younger, much cheaper, and honestly like just as good. We may actually be able to package off Rob Havenstein for a linebacker. Maybe I can do that if I can find someone on the trade block who's decent. But I guess with this pick, I have no idea who to go with. Let's check out the draft board here. We have Brandon Hankins who could be something decent. But honestly, it's probably worth trading away this third round draft pick, so I'll do that. I'm going to trade this one away with the Raiders. I just want some stuff for next year, so we're picking up a 3rd and a 6th round draft pick for that. So now let's advance to the 4th round, where again we have the 8th overall pick. And here I will probably take that offensive lineman if he's still available. I think he's like a left guard. It is this guy, Brandon Hankins. He is still available. Welcome to the team. 66 overall normal development, not a bad player. This is also difficult again because once again I need a pass rusher and I can't seem to find anybody in the offseason who I can sign, and there's never anybody in the draft who I can take. There were probably some guys in the first round I could have taken, but I would have much rather had that quarterback, so I'm good with who we actually took. There's nobody here who I want. So we can probably just simulate. I'm just going to go to the end of the draft. I think this draft actually went super well because we got a new franchise quarterback, we got a new franchise left tackle, and a couple other backups. I'm always okay with that. I definitely want to see what this other quarterback is all about. It is Duncan Kern. He's a 73 overall. He does have hidden development trait, but let's see what his development is. Did we make the right choice? He's a superstar X Factor. Okay, so maybe we did make the wrong choice. But that guy had 2 A+. Like, I could not pass up Brady Spencer. He probably just has, like, star or something stupid. This guy's stats aren't even really that good. Like, he looks okay. But I still think I'd rather have Brady Spencer. Maybe. I don't know. His stats are way better. But, of course, Superstar X Factor is ridiculous. But let's see who the top-ranked player in the class was. They were a bunch of 77s. Oh, my. Okay, so we did technically get the best player, but he was tied with, like, 8 other guys. But where is this middle linebacker? He went in the 2nd round somewhere. It was probably this guy. Late first round, it could have been him. Yeah, it was that guy. He was supposed to go like mid 2nd round, and he went with the 29th pick in the 1st round. I really wanted this dude. I'm really pissed off I couldn't get him. He looks really good. He only has star development, but I mean, still, he's a great linebacker to have. The team signed me a 59 overall hidden development defensive end. Okay, 74 speed, 76 strength. Do we start him at outside linebacker? How unreal would that be? That's not going to happen. Okay, so I think I'm going to dip into free agency here to finish out this roster. So Shaquem Griffin will be on the team, and I still need a middle linebacker. So I think we're going to go with Todd Davis for one more year, and I think after this, I will finally do my best to address middle linebacker. We should have enough money now to spend in free agency, and we should also have some other draft picks where if I need somebody there, I can take him then. This is going to be the team here for this next season. It's going to be led by this new quarterback, Brady Spencer. I hope he has a great season. I think he will. Usually rookie quarterbacks can at least do okay. I hope he at least wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Also, I moved Rob Havenstein to left guard. He is on a contract here right now, so I was considering trading him, but I figured why not just use him? I mean, we do have Barry who could start at left tackle. Trey Adams has been really good at right tackle for us, so I'm good with Havenstein just playing left guard. That's actually okay to me. And then defensively, it looks kind of weird on this side of the ball, but we still have some really good playmakers. Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey. We have a superstar right end. We have a superstar strong safety. This team is still pretty good. It's an 82 overall. It's kind of rough, though, to build this team up, like I keep saying, because of their situation, but it's all right. I think we can do something here this year. Okay, it seems like the team is actually back on the right track this year. 4-2-1 for the record. We are on top of the division as well, even though we don't have the most wins. The 49ers are 5-3, Seahawks 4-4, the Cardinals 2-5. So we can obviously still miss out on the playoffs. It's not like set in stone as of now, but we are off to a pretty good start. And this quarterback does have star. I am so disappointed we did not get the X Factor. But I mean, come on, this guy's top 3 skills looked so good. Of course, if he has a good enough season, he could definitely improve to a superstar, but it's still so annoying that we didn't get the superstar guy. And also, why are you not starting at center? Don't know what's going on there. But anyway, the rest of the offense looks pretty typical. Nothing really changed all that much. A couple of these guys have some new overalls because of the auto progression. But then defensively, I don't think we have anything to reveal in terms of development, but the team is actually progressing quite well. They're playing well, so hopefully we can, continue this way. But who has to come back to the team here? Taylor Rapp is the first player, and I definitely want him back. Mackenzie Alexander, I don't think I want back. Rob Havenstein, I don't want back. Honestly, it's only going to be Taylor Rapp for this year, and we can definitely spend a lot of money here in free agency. I'm excited for this. All right, we just barely snuck into the playoffs, going 9-6-1 this year. The Seahawks also had that record. The 49ers 7-8-1. The Cardinals 5-10-1. Everybody in the division tied. Okay, how did this quarterback do, though? 4,246 yards. 34 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That is a really good season, and honestly better than what Jared Goff has been doing. Let's see what Jared Goff did, though. He's on the Vikings now. He had a really poor year. Honestly, I'm glad we got rid of him. The Vikings went on from having Kirk Cousins, another really big contract, to Jared Goff. Like, insane that they keep having such big quarterback contracts. But rushing, Todd Gurley, 1,130 yards, 8 touchdowns, doing his thing. Cooper Kupp had a crazy good season. 102 catches, 1,362 yards with 15 touchdowns. Devontae Adams gets 90 catches, over 1,000 yards, almost 1,100, with 9 touchdowns. Tyler Higbee, 5 touchdowns. Brandin Cooks also gets 5. The offensive line doing their thing, playing quite well. Also, I didn't change a lot of the positions around. I just moved where they were playing. It doesn't really seem to me like it impacts the actual stats. I know it used to, but it definitely doesn't seem to do that anymore. Defensively, we have 110 tackles for Corey Littleton. 21 tackles for loss for Aaron Donald, who just keeps leading the team in both of these categories. 12.5 sacks for him. 5 for Ebukam. 3 for John Rutland, Tony Moody, and Corey Littleton. 3 picks for John Johnson. 2 for Jalen Ramsey. 1 for Littleton, Shaquem Griffin, Mackenzie Alexander, and Taylor Rapp. We have no defensive touchdowns or safeties, but we do have a blocked kick from Shaquem Griffin, Aaron Donald, and Jalen Neal. We have 3 forced fumbles as well, but none of those were recovered. Okay, so we were 6th in the NFL in offense this year. Defensively, we were 11th. Team's actually looking pretty decent then in both of those categories. Jacoby Brissett wins MVP for a 3rd straight season, I believe. All right, Blake Bortles at number 4. He's a 66 overall. What is going on? Brady Spencer at number 7. That was pretty cool. NFC Offensive Player of the Year is Russell Wilson. Brady Spencer at number 4. Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. Aaron Donald at number 5. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Brady Spencer. I love seeing that. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Dylan Monroe. But we do have a Rams player all the way down there, Dre Burris. All right, let's just quickly go over the team here before we actually get into this game. Let's see if anybody changed, like, massively. So the quarterback is now up to an 82 overall, which is pretty cool to see. The offense in general is looking really nice. We have a 94 overall Devontae Adams, 90 overall Cooper Kupp, a couple other guys close to that as well. Over here on the defense, I don't see anybody who went up a ton. But, you know, Ebukam is going up in overall, little by little. Taylor Rapp's up to an 82. The team's looking pretty nice. It really is. So we have to take on the Buccaneers here. Let's advance by this one. I feel like we can at least take them down. Come on. Let's get a playoff one here. And we can't. Dude, why am I so unlucky in simulation? I'm unlucky even if I hop into the games. The team just gets crushed regardless. But okay, we're going to the Super Bowl now. The Ravens and the Seahawks make it into the Super Bowl. Let's see who's going to win. I swear the Super Bowl happens at least once a rebuild. The Seahawks are going to win this one 35-23. Let's see if anybody won up in development. I expect the quarterback to be a superstar. How did you not go up in development, man? What is this game? Offensive Rookie of the Year isn't enough, apparently. He had an excellent season. Like, come on. A couple of you guys have suggested that I just, like, change the development of some of these guys manually, but I don't feel like doing that. I get, like, this guy probably should have won up in development. I agree with that, but I do think it's a little bit cheating if I go ahead and change it for myself. Defensively, though, did anybody go up? I don't think so. Pretty sure everyone else retained the same development trait. That's fine. Not that big of a deal. I'm not too upset. No, I'm actually very upset about this. Who has to come back to the team, though? Of course, I'm kidding. But Rob Havenstein was the top guy. Mackenzie Alexander, David Long. Okay, I don't really want any of those guys. I think you can replace them all pretty easily. We have $46.84 million. Finally, this team can spend a lot of money in free agency. And when we can, there's like no one cool here. I mean, Bobby Wagner is amazing. I'll probably give him a contract. Because why not, right? Mecole Hardman could be interesting. I don't really need him, though. I don't really want another receiver. I'm good with the receivers on this team. I could use another cornerback, though, of some sort. I could also just draft one if I can, because, like, I don't really want any of these guys up at the top. Jonathan Jones is probably the best one there. But Bobby Wagner, I'll at least give a contract to. He's a pretty low overall at this point, but he's definitely worth it to bring onto this team because he's going to help our middle linebacker duo a lot. I went after a lot of different players to try to fix some of the holes on this team. So we got Kevin Zeitler, Marquise Pouncey, Bobby Wagner, Chris Harris, and Rashawn Gary. Okay, that made the team a lot better. All right, so here we have the 23rd pick in the 2023 NFL Draft. Let's see who we can select with this one. I doubt we'll really be able to get anyone who's that good, but of course we'll see. There's a running back. We could go with a backup running back here. Michael Middleton actually looks really good. He's pretty old, though. 24 years old isn't ideal. Is there anybody here who I really want? Honestly, like my draft board is pretty boring looking right now. I don't want any of these guys, but I guess let's take a look at who's still available. There's a second-round safety who looks really good, supposed to go mid-first round. He's actually really good. I don't think he could come play corner or anything, but I think I'd rather have him than this backup running back. There's Ashley Bullitt as well, who ran a 4.42. This guy is a little bit slower, but they have really similar top 3 skills. A- hit power, B+ awareness, B pursuit. A- hit power, B+ pursuit, B tackle. Okay, so I actually don't know who's going to be better. They're honestly so similar to me. I think I'm just going to go with Ashley Bullitt just because he fits the scheme and he's faster, so why not? Welcome to the team. 74 overall hidden development trait. Ranked number 18, took him at number 23. I doubt he's really that much worse or better than that other safety. Honestly, the other guy's probably like a 74 overall as well. All right, so now we have a 3rd round draft pick here. Hopefully this one defensive end is still available, and he is actually not, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. I can take this defensive tackle. Supposed to be a late 1st round. That's what his talent is anyway. He's a 70 overall normal development. Nothing too special with that guy. And this next player actually looks really cool. His talent is mid-2nd round, but he's projected to go undrafted, so I'll be taking him right now. He's a 69 overall normal development. He's ranked 46th in the class, and he was supposed to go undrafted. That's unreal. The team didn't really take me anybody who looks good at all. All these players are in the 50s. It's whatever, though. I didn't really need anyone in particular in this draft, so I wasn't too worried about it. Who's the best player, though? It's a 79 overall defensive tackle, followed by a 78 overall defensive tackle. An insane D-tackle draft class. Raheem Hicks also looks very good. 95 speed cornerback, 6'2". Fantastic size for that speed. A good right tackle. Couple good 77 overall guys. Another defensive tackle who went actually 1st overall. It was a really solid draft for the defensive line. Okay, so the team heading into this final season is an 85 overall, 87 offense, 83 defense. I really hope this team can make the playoffs this year because I did want to get at least a little bit of gameplay in this video, but I think the team actually looks really nice right now. Only an 85, I guess it's rather low, but it is difficult to build God squads and realistic rebuilds. If you guys have tried yourself, you probably already know that, but this team does look really cool to me. I think he can make it back into the playoffs. There's a lot of age going around with some of these positions, but it's okay. This is the final season. It's really not not that big of a deal. Defensively, though, we have a lot of X factors on this side of the ball. We have another potential future X factor in Bullet. He's really not going to play anywhere, but I just took him because he is a good player and he's good depth to have. But this is the team. Let's now simulate it to the end of the year. We made the playoffs here once again, this time going 9-7. We won the division, 7-9 though for the Cardinals, 6-10 for the 49ers, 4-12 down there for the Seahawks. And our quarterback led the NFL in passing yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That is a crazy good season, and once again, let's compare this to Jared Goff. Jared Goff's season was really nothing special. Pretty decent touchdown to interception ratio, but he had like no yards. I don't know what happened. Did they run the ball super well or something? Dalvin Cook did run well, but I don't know. I can't imagine the Vikings actually had a good season with this, unless their defense was just dominant, which is highly likely, actually. But Todd Gurley over 1,000 yards again, 4.3 per carry, 4 touchdowns, not bad. Cooper Kupp had another crazy year, 90 catches, 1,388 yards, 12 touchdowns. Devontae Adams almost 1,000 yards with 8 touchdowns. Tyler Higbee had a really good year with 11 touchdowns. This offensive line is blocking super well. DeAndre Berry led up the most sacks with 7, which isn't even that many. 115 total tackles for Bobby Wagner leads the team. We have 15 tackles for loss for Aaron Donald. 9.5 sacks leading the team once again in both of those departments. 7 for Tony Moody's pretty good. 2 interceptions for Chris Harris Jr., 2 for Taylor Rapp, 1 for Corey Littleton and John Johnson. We don't have any touchdown safeties or blocked kicks, but do we have any forced fumbles? We have 1. It was recovered by Bobby Wagner for 1 whole yard. We were 4th in the NFL in offense, and defensively we were almost in the middle at number 15. The MVP was Lamar Jackson, but Brady Spencer at number 2, so close to winning that one. NFC Offensive Player of the Year does go to Brady Spencer, though. If he doesn't go up in development this year, I'm going to riot. Defensive Player of the Year is Khalil Mack. I don't think we have anybody from the Rams on this list. That's fine, though. Kazir White actually makes it on the Lions. That's pretty cool. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Perry Savoy, or Savoy, however that's pronounced. Brian Dunlap and Houston Collins at 5 and 6, whoever they are. Defensive Rookie of the Year is CJ Stanley. Nobody from the Rams, but best quarterback is Brady Spencer. Best running back is Ezekiel Elliott. Todd Gurley at number 10 just sneaks in there. Best wide receiver is Cooper Kupp. Devontae Adams, though, at number 6. Best offensive lineman is Zach Martin. We're getting no respect in that department, but it's fine. The offensive line is still doing their thing. Trey Flowers is the best D lineman. Aaron Donald, though, at number 5. Best linebacker is Khalil Mack. Rashawn Gary, actually, at number 7. That's cool to see. Best defensive back is Byron Jones, and Trey Boston, Jordan Whitehead, and Mike Hughes. 3, 4, and 5, all from the Vikings. That's cool. Nobody from the Rams, but it's all good. Best kicker is Michael Badgley. Matt Gay, though, at number 3, makes it up there. No more Greg the Leg. It's whatever, though. Kickers are very replaceable here in Madden, so it's not that big of a deal. The team is up to an 86 overall, though. 88 offense, 84 defense. You know, with those experience points being spent throughout this season. Here's a look at the offense, though. We have an 89 overall quarterback now. There's probably some morale with that. Yeah, +3 to morale. But, you know, he's playing with some confidence. He had a great season. He's probably going to go up in development. The team's looking really nice. Bullet has star development. Kind of wish that was more, but it's okay. Not that big of a deal. But here we go. Let's advance the week. Actually, no. I'm not going to advance. Let me actually go into this game, because I want to get some gameplay for this video. Hopefully, we can at least win a freaking playoff game, though. Okay, the team actually looks like they're in a good spot to win this game. It's 34-13, and that will be the final score. I didn't even have to hop in at all. That's fine. Also, this is pretty interesting. The starting quarterback for the Panthers is Dwayne Haskins now. So that's cool. Here in the divisional round, we have to take on the Saints. They're very good in Madden, so this is going to suck, and they're an 86 overall, and they have Jake Fromm, who's up to an X Factor. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. Yeah, so this is kind of what I figured would happen. The team is getting crushed 24-10. It was 24-0, but we're making a tiny bit of a comeback right now. See if we can bait Jake Fromm into something, and for some reason, Corey Littleton does not put his hands up. I think I hit Y too early, because I read the route too well. That's fun. I feel like they have to run it soon. I don't know why they're not running it more. They passed the ball like 3 times in a row in this drive. When they have the lead right now and they're in field goal range, they should probably run it, and they're not going to, and they're going to take a sack. There's an RPO. That's going to be a fumble. What just happened? Okay. I'll take that, but it looked like it got intercepted based on how the camera turned. Or it looked like someone at least fielded it, but that didn't happen. Cooper Kupp is wide open on this slant. Let's go. This should be a touchdown. You're actually pretty slow, but it's okay. Keep going, Cooper Kupp. Please, no. You're not fast enough to score that, but we're at the 6-yard line. We can definitely get a touchdown here. Tyler Higbee in the end zone. Tyler Higbee is going to come down with that one. What a grab there by the tight end. This should be an interception, but it's not going to be. Corey Littleton, hold on to the ball, man. Should have had 2 picks with you so far today, but somehow have not gotten 1. It's all right. 3rd down and 9. Let's see if we can force another bad throw. Michael Thomas is open there, but he's not picking up the first down. We will get the ball back. We're going to have a ton of time to at least tie up this game. Oh, that's getting intercepted. Oh, that wasn't the best throw. Marcus Williams makes a great play on it, though. Unfortunate, man. I guess he wasn't open. I thought he had some separation, but he definitely did not. That sucks. This is a massive play. They're at the 5-yard line. Can we make this stop? Please. I'm going to guess pass. Nobody in the backfield there. Can we get this interception? We can. Let's go. Corey Littleton. Why did I try to take it out? I don't know why I did that. I saw a little bit of space and thought I could maybe make it out, but that did not work at all. It's okay, though. We're going to run the ball up the middle with Todd Gurley. Come on. We need to get out of the, we have to get out of our own end zone here. Todd Gurley up the middle picks up a good number of yards to give us a little bit more breathing room. I think I'm going to run the ball here again with Gurley. Hopefully we can run up the middle once more. I'm going to take this one to the outside. Juke back inside. There you go, Todd Gurley. Keep going. Fight for the first down. I think he got it. That was a first down there to Gurley. That was huge. Okay, now I think this play can get really open to Brandin Cooks if we just have a little bit of time. I'm going to throw it up to Brandin Cooks. Do something about this. Brandin Cooks is going to moss that defensive back. I was really hoping he could get some separation because Cooks can absolutely fly, as we all know. Tyler Higbee across the middle. Can't come down with that one. So close. Okay, we're down to some backup receivers because a lot of these guys are tired, but it's 3rd and 10. Can we make the play here? I'm going to throw this one to B. Please catch this. No, you're not going to catch it. It's 4th down and 10. Oh, no. I'm going to punt the ball here just because if I can get a good punt, I think we may be able to get a safety, potentially. I'm going to play for that. If not, I can at least pin him pretty far back. And I trust the defense to make a stop. This looks like it's going to be a pretty good punt. Let's see where it goes. Out at the 8-yard line. Okay. I could have done a little bit better, but that's still pretty solid. Let's just blitz a good bit because I don't think they're going to pass the ball at least anytime soon. Hopefully we can tackle Kamara for a loss. This is actually going to be a pass play right now, and that was a play action and nearly a safety. They're down at the 1-yard line. We can totally do this. Come on, we're going to run a blitz again. Actually, I'm not going to blitz here. I don't think they're actually going to run the football. I think this is going to be a pass play. Hopefully somebody can get back there. Aaron Donald, I need you to go huge right now. It is going to be a run play. I should have figured, but it's okay. They only got 2 yards. Not a big deal. Again, I don't feel comfortable calling a blitz here in case it is a pass. I don't think they're going to pass the ball, but just in case, I'm calling some coverage here. It's going to be a play action, like a little bit of a play action. That was a weird play. It was like a pump fake to the end around or whatever, and then it got handed off to Kamara. Whatever. I don't really care what that was. Let me actually audible to a block if I can. Maybe we can block this. I don't think we'll be able to, but of course we'll try. That's running into the kicker too. Oh no. Please don't be a first down. I think roughing the kicker is a first down, right? Hopefully that's just running into the kicker and it's a repunt. It's roughing the kicker. That's a first down, isn't it? This is pretty much how I'm going to lose this game then because of that. Come on. I guess that's my fault for trying to block the punt, but still, man. So unlucky. Unless we can get a fumble, we can't there. We still have all 3 of our timeouts, of course, but it's looking unlikely. Okay, we stopped him there. We took all our timeouts. We have 1 minute and 2 seconds left. Can we do anything to potentially tie this game up? I'm honestly about to go for it if we score a touchdown at any point. But pretty decent return. Didn't really get all that much, but it's better than a fair catch. We really need some big plays from our big playmakers here. Hopefully we can maybe hit Tyler Higbee to the outside. This is man coverage. I think he should be a decent bit open. I'm going to throw this one up to him. Go up and get it, Tyler Higbee. Oh my God, what a catch. Okay, we have to hurry up now. We really don't have much time to work with here. We have 25 seconds left. See what we can do. We need protection here. I don't have the protection. Oh no, this is bad. This is really bad. We're going to have to call like one more play. We have one more final play to do this. Okay, here we go. Can we do anything here? Can I at least even get the throw off? I can. Go up and get it. Devontae Adams. Oh my God, Devontae Adams. There's no chance. That's not even Devontae Adams. I apologize. That's Brandin Cooks. Brandin Cooks just made that play. And boys, you already know. I'm going for it, okay? I am absolutely going for it here. I don't care. I'm going to hit Walker across the middle for this 2-point conversion. And there it is. We won the game because we're ballsy. Let's freaking get it, man. That was a crazy end of the game. If that happened in real life, oh my... Of course it's against the Saints, right? The most unfortunate team in the playoffs, at least in recent memory. But if those events happened in real life, like, I feel like the NFL world would just implode. That would be unbelievable, but my lord, Brandin Cooks absolutely saved that game for us. That's crazy. Okay, so we are now in the conference championship against the Packers. let's upgrade Houston Collins. Why not, right? Let's hop into the game and see if we can win again. The team is actually doing a really good job in this game here. It's 27-17. I feel like we should have this one. Wait, maybe not. They have a chance. No, okay. That got a lot closer than it probably should have been, but 27-20, we do win that game, and we're heading to the Super Bowl. Okay, so I'm pretty sure here players can go up in development. I don't think it has to be after the Super Bowl. Let's see if that's true. Our quarterback has superstar, so that is true. He has 3 more experience points as well. Of course, we will spend these before we get into the game. On the defensive side, I don't think anybody went up in development. Actually, Rashawn Gary, was he normal before? I think he was normal before. So now he's star. That's cool to see. I don't think anyone else went up in development, though. Unless I'm missing someone. I don't think I am. But we have to go up against the Bengals. I did not expect the Bengals to be here, but it's okay. They do have Joe Burrow, so maybe that's why. But let's hop into this game. Let's see what their overall is. It's 2 9-7 teams, which is cool to see, and they're an 83 overall. But they have J.J. Watt and Von Miller now, along with Joe Burrow, who's still a superstar. Surprisingly enough, he didn't go up to X Factor yet. But here we go. Hopefully I don't even have to hop into this one. I hope we can just crush them. That would be nice. Okay, so it is 4th down and 6. It's not the game if we don't get this, because we do still have all 3 timeouts, but we're going to try to get this, of course, see if we can score on this drive. I'm going to be looking for Cooper Kupp on the slant. Can he get open? Cooper Kupp is open, and the throw is there. Cooper Kupp is there for the catch. No way we just did that. Okay, come on. We can totally win this one here. I think I might go for 2 again if we score this touchdown. I have B open here on a slant. It's Brandin Cooks. He has the speed to advance that one to the 9-yard line. Okay, let's take some time off the clock here. I don't want to give the Bengals like any time at all. Let's try to run the ball up the middle with Todd Gurley. We're going to have like no time left if we don't get this 2-point conversion. So we're going to put it all on the line here. We scored. It's 24-23. You know what, boys? We're doing it again, okay? It worked last time. It brought us to the Super Bowl. I'm actually going to call it that same play I called last time. See if it works again. So it looks like this should work again. Cooper Kupp across the middle, I think, will be open for this 2-point conversion. And he will be open, and he catches it. So we should win the Super Bowl here, 25-24. These last few games have been insane. And that is going to end the game. We will be Super Bowl champions, finally. Nice to see. We had to be pretty ballsy in the divisional round and in the Super Bowl here by going for 2 instead of tying the game. You know what, though? I don't really care, okay? Like, I would do it again. I would do it 1,000 more times. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Actually, though, before I send you off, let's see who won Super Bowl MVP. It didn't even show MVP, so never mind. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.